In 2007, we was watching the Giant game, and something came over me. I felt something in my body. I don't know what it was at the time, but I felt something. So I had my kids with me and everybody, and I told everybody in the room how much I loved them, and something happened to me. And I had no idea that a year later, I was faced with cancer. I had a Men's Day event, and the woman wasn't allowed to be there. These two ladies walked up the driveway.
My sister and I knew about the men's only event, but we decided to go anyway.
I seen this woman come up, and I just jumped out of my seat, and that was love at first sight.
And he introduced himself and asked me if he could get me something to eat. We've been inseparable ever since. We're very much alike, which is weird. So we already have it in our head what the other person is thinking, so it makes it easier. We rarely ever fight. We like to do silly things. We like music. We like a lot of the same things. In 2008, Pierre was taking me to work one day, and he said that he had gotten blurred vision when we were watching the football game that weekend. But on the way to work, that the blurriness got so bad that a plant that was on the sidewalk looked like it was in the middle of the street. So I told him to go to the emergency room. He dropped me off at work. And eventually the doctor told us that he had an inoperable brain tumor. So they knew that they were going to do a lot of radiation and chemo, and it would blast his head area, so they wanted to put the port in and a feeding tube. And that was the hardest thing in the world for me, to realize everything had to happen so fast. But I knew that I had to be strong for him because I knew he had to be scared because I was scared.
She told me that nothing was going to happen to me. So I said, well, nothing's going to happen to me. So I took her strength. Her strength gave me the strength to move forward and keep a positive attitude about my disease.
The receptionist at I work at the Harris School in Cherry Hill. She told me about it, and she said she had seen the piece on the news, and she heard about the organization. They grant wishes for when one of the parties is ill, and she told me to apply.
This whole thing with the organization is like a big surprise because I never won anything. My cancer is taking over my body right now, and I'm a little scared because the medicine is not working. But I believe the strength from Mel and the strength from her and the strength from me that kept me here on this earth. And I'm very appreciative about this organization. And I want to thank Wish Upon a Wedding for helping us out for her wedding wishes. I'm very grateful. On the way to Orlando, I had the ring in another bag. So I had to talk to security. So I'm whispering to all these people. And the whole ride, she's wondering why I'm whispering. And when I proposed to her, it was in a restaurant. And I set it up where I gave her a watch before I gave her the ring. So I told her, this watch is for the time that we've been together. Right? So I handed her a watch. She said, okay, a watch. Oh, that's nice. You know, okay. But then, 2 minutes later, I gave her the ring, and I really surprised her.
The waitress came out and started saying a name that only he calls me. And I was wondering, how did this woman know that pet name? And I was totally confused. And he was trying to get down on one knee, and the waitress was getting nervous. She almost started crying because she thought she had messed the whole thing up. But he was trying to get down on one knee, so she didn't, and it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. He got me. He got me. What drives us, what we look forward to for the future, is spending the rest of our lives growing old together, long walks on the beach, traveling as far as we can get away, and as often as we possibly can.
I just got to keep the faith and thank God for keeping me here this long, and thank the people that He surrounded me with. I have good family and friends that support me because sometimes I'm so weak. I can't do this by myself. For once, I feel very special. But I don't know what the future brings, but I take one day at a time.
We just ask that everybody keep us in your prayers.
I'm still here, still fighting, because I'm not only fighting for myself, I'm fighting for my family, and I'm fighting for Melanie.